The story becomes even more interesting when you take a closer look at the company making all of this happen. A few years ago, very few people in the automotive world had heard the name Venom. It was not one of the famous coach builders that collectors usually mention when talking about custom hypercars. Companies with decades of history often receive all the attention because they have built their reputation over many years. Venom, however, followed a different path. Instead of trying to copy what everyone else was doing, the Dubai-based company focused on creating bold and unique projects that immediately caught people's attention. Every new build showed that they were willing to take risks that larger companies often avoided. Their designs were aggressive, modern, and impossible to ignore. This approach slowly helped them build a name among wealthy clients who wanted something that nobody else owned. Still, working on a Bugatti Chiron is an entirely different challenge. The Chiron is not just another expensive sports car. It is one of the most advanced road cars ever created. Every part of the car has been carefully designed to handle incredible speed, powerful performance, and perfect stability. Even a small change to the body can affect how air flows around the car at high speed. That is why many experts believe that modifying a Chiron is one of the hardest jobs in the automotive industry. Yet Venom decided to take on not one, but two projects at the same time. That decision alone surprised many people. It showed confidence, but it also increased the pressure. If both projects succeed, Venom's reputation could rise to an entirely new level. If something goes wrong, the whole world will notice. That is the kind of risk only a very confident company is willing to accept. The first project belongs to Burna, who is receiving a completely custom Bugatti Chiron VXX with a unique wide-body design created specifically for him. This is not a body kit that will be sold to hundreds of customers. It is being designed around one owner and one vision. Every detail is expected to reflect Burna's personality, making the car as unique as his music career. The second project belongs to FXLXG, whose Bugatti Chiron Sport became famous after Matt Armstrong spent months rebuilding it from what many people believed was an impossible condition. That rebuild attracted millions of viewers because every episode showed another difficult challenge being solved. The damaged car slowly came back to life piece by piece, proving that patience, knowledge, and determination could overcome problems that many believed were impossible to fix. Now, after finally returning to road, the same car is entering another exciting chapter. Instead of simply staying in factory condition, it is being transformed once again into something completely different. Seeing these two projects happen side by side is fascinating because they represent two completely different journeys. One Chiron is brand new and built for a world-famous musician who wants something nobody else owns. The other has already survived a dramatic rebuild and is now beginning a second life through custom engineering. Although their stories are very different, both cars now share the same destination. They are both entering Venom's workshop, where skilled designers, engineers, and craftsmen will try to create something the automotive world has never seen before. This connection between two completely different owners is one of the biggest reasons why enthusiasts are paying such close attention. It is not simply about modifying expensive cars anymore. It has become a story about creativity, confidence, and changing the way people think about one of the world's most exclusive hypercars. Every new update from Venom now attracts thousands of comments because fans want to know how both projects are progressing. They compare designs, discuss possible colors, predict performance changes, and imagine how each finished car will look. This constant conversation has helped turn two private builds into one of the biggest stories currently unfolding in the hypercar community. To understand why this wide-body project has created so much excitement, you first need to understand the incredible journey of the Bugatti Chiron Sport that Matt Armstrong helped bring back to life. Long before the car entered Venom's workshop, it had already become one of the most talked-about vehicles on YouTube. When news first appeared that a heavily damaged Chiron Sport would be rebuilt outside Bugatti's official network, many people believed the project had almost no chance of succeeding. The Chiron is not like an ordinary sports car that can be repaired with common replacement parts. It is one of the most advanced machines ever built for the road, with complex electronics, carbon fiber construction, highly engineered suspension, and one of the most powerful engines in the automotive world. Even experienced mechanics question whether such a damaged hypercar could ever return to its original condition. Some believed the project would end after only a few episodes because the challenges would simply become too difficult. Instead, something very different happened. Matt Armstrong approached the rebuild with patience, determination, and a willingness to solve one problem at a time, rather than giving up whenever a difficult obstacle appeared. He carefully studied every damaged part, searched for possible solutions, and involved experts whenever special knowledge was needed. This approach made viewers feel as if they were solving the mystery alongside him. Every new episode answered one question while creating another, keeping millions of people eager to see what would happen next. As the rebuild continued, it became clear that this was more than just fixing a crashed car. It became a story about proving that difficult challenges can be overcome with skill, persistence, and creative thinking. One of the biggest talking points during the rebuild was the search for replacement parts. Many people believe that only Bugatti could provide the components needed to repair such an exclusive vehicle. However, as the project moved forward, Matt discovered that some parts shared connections with a larger Volkswagen group, allowing certain components to be identified through different sources. This surprised many viewers because it challenged common beliefs about how exclusive the Chiron's repair process really was. Every successful repair added another layer of excitement, and every solved problem made the audience more invested in the journey. Instead of simply watching someone repair a car, viewers felt they were witnessing automotive history unfold in real time. By the time the Chiron finally started, moved under its own power, and returned to the road, the rebuild had become one of the most famous automotive stories on YouTube. Millions of people had followed every setback, every breakthrough, and every emotional moment along the way. The project also started wider discussions across the automotive community about independent repairs, owner rights, and whether manufacturers should have complete control over maintaining their own vehicles. While opinions remained divided, very few people could deny the incredible achievement of bringing such a complicated machine back from severe damage. Many viewers believed the story had reached its natural ending once the Chiron was driving again. After all, rebuilding one of the world's rarest hypercars already seemed like an impossible achievement. But instead of closing the book, the story opened an entirely new chapter. The restored Chiron was not going to remain exactly as Bugatti originally designed it. Its owner wanted something even more personal, something that would make the car stand out among hundreds of other Chirons around the world. That decision eventually led to Venom, a company known for creating bold custom projects that push beyond factory limits. Suddenly, the rebuilt Chiron was preparing for another transformation, one that many people never imagined possible. Instead of simply celebrating the successful repair, fans were now wondering how far the customization would go. Would the new design improve the car's appearance without losing its identity? Could a wide-body conversion respect the engineering of such an advanced machine while giving it an entirely fresh personality? Those questions quickly spread across social media, online forums, and YouTube comment sections, turning an already famous rebuild into an even bigger conversation. What began as an effort to rescue a damaged Bugatti had now evolved into a project that could influence the future of custom hypercar design, proving that sometimes the end of one incredible journey is only the beginning of an even more remarkable one. While Matt Armstrong's rebuilt Chiron was already becoming one of the biggest success stories on automotive YouTube, another story was quietly developing thousands of miles away. This one involved global music superstar Burna, whose love for luxury cars has become almost as famous as his music. Over the years, Burna has built a collection that reflects both his success and his personal style. Instead of buying ordinary luxury vehicles, he has often chosen cars that represent performance, exclusivity, and bold design. His purchase of Lamborghini Aventador SVJ attracted attention from both fans and car enthusiasts, but what happened afterward created even more curiosity. In 2023, Burna hinted through social media that a Bugatti Chiron might be joining his collection. There was no major press conference, no detailed announcement, and no official reveal. It was simply a small clue that immediately sparked discussions among his followers. Some people believed the purchase had already happened, while others thought it was only a dream or an early plan. As time passed and no major updates appeared, many assumed the idea had quietly disappeared. Then, years later, everything changed. Venom officially confirmed that Burna Bugatti Chiron project was real, and that it would become one of the company's most ambitious creations. Instead of receiving a factory-standard Chiron, Burna Boy would own a completely bespoke version featuring an exclusive VXX wide-body package designed specifically for him. This announcement instantly changed the conversation. It was no longer just about another celebrity buying an expensive hypercar. It became a story about individuality and the growing demand for one-of-one vehicles that reflect their owner's personality. In today's world, many wealthy collectors already own Ferraris, Lamborghinis, McLarens, Rolls-Royces, and Bugattis. Simply owning one of these cars is no longer enough to stand out among other collectors. Many now want something that nobody else can buy, no matter how much money they have. That is exactly where custom builders like Venom have found their opportunity. Instead of selling products from a catalog, they create vehicles that exist only once. Every design decision is tailored to the owner's vision, making each finished car completely unique. Burna Boy's Chiron perfectly represents this new direction in luxury car culture. Rather than preserving every factory detail exactly as it left production line, the project embraces creativity while still respecting the incredible engineering underneath. Of course, creating such a vehicle is far more difficult than modifying an ordinary sports car. Every panel must fit perfectly. Airflow around the vehicle must remain stable at extremely high speeds. Cooling systems, suspension geometry, and overall balance must all be carefully considered. Even small mistakes can affect performance on a car capable of reaching extraordinary speeds. That is why many enthusiasts are watching this project so closely. They are not only interested in how the finished car will look, but also whether Venom can successfully combine dramatic styling with the engineering standards expected from one of the world's greatest hypercars. Another reason this project has attracted so much attention is Burna Boy's international influence. His audience extends far beyond music fans in Africa. Millions of people across Europe, North America, Asia, and the Middle East follow his career, meaning this Bugatti project is reaching people who may never have paid attention to the automotive world before. Suddenly, hypercars are becoming part of conversations among music fans, while car enthusiasts are becoming curious about one of Africa's biggest artists. This crossover between entertainment and automotive culture is creating a level of publicity that cannot easily be purchased through traditional advertising. Every update shared by Venom spreads rapidly across multiple communities, bringing together people with completely different interests. Some are excited because they admire Burna Boy, others because they love Bugatti, and many simply want to witness the creation of something that has never existed before. As anticipation continues to grow, one thing has become clear. This is no longer just another custom car project. It has become a global event where luxury, engineering, celebrity culture, and innovation are all moving toward the same unforgettable destination. As news about both Bugatti projects continue to spread, many people started asking a bigger question. Why are so many owners choosing companies like Venom instead of leaving their hypercars exactly as they came from the factory? Just a few years ago, modifying a Bugatti Chiron would have sounded almost impossible. The Chiron has always been treated as more than just a high-performance car. It is often viewed as a masterpiece of engineering, created by some of the world's best designers and engineers after years of research, testing, and development. Every line on the body has a purpose. Every air intake helps cool important components. Every curve has been carefully shaped to improve stability at incredibly high speeds. Because of this, many people believe that changing the appearance of Chiron would only reduce its value and possibly harm its performance. However, the luxury car world has been changing. Today's collectors are looking for more than speed or expensive badges. They want vehicles that tell a personal story. They want cars that reflect their identity instead of simply showing how much money they have. Owning a rare car is impressive, but owning a one-of-one version that no one else can copy is even more appealing. This shift in thinking has opened new opportunities for custom builders who can combine artistic design with advanced engineering. Venom appears to understand this change better than many older companies. Instead of trying to compete directly with manufacturers, the company focuses on helping owners express themselves through unique creations. That philosophy explains why both Burna Boy and the owner of the rebuilt Chiron trusted Venom with projects that carry enormous financial and emotional value. At the same time, these builds have also started an interesting conversation about the future of the hypercar industry. Traditionally, manufacturers have maintained strict control over their vehicles. They decide how the car should look, how they should be serviced, and how they should be presented to the public. For decades, this system worked well because customers generally accepted that the factory knew best. But modern collectors are beginning to think differently. They still respect the original engineering, yet they also believe that once they purchase a car, they should have the freedom to personalize it according to their own vision. This debate has become especially important with vehicles as rare as the Bugatti Chiron. Some enthusiasts believe these cars should remain exactly as they left the factory because they are already considered automotive works of art. Others argue that true ownership includes a freedom to modify, improve, and personalize a vehicle without asking anyone's permission. Neither side is completely right or completely wrong. Both viewpoints have valid arguments, which is why discussions online have become so passionate. Some fans worry that extensive modifications could reduce the historical importance of rare Bugattis. Others believe custom projects actually increase the excitement surrounding the brand by showing new possibilities that factory engineers never intended to explore. Venom now finds itself at the center of this debate. If both wide-body Chirons are completed successfully, they could encourage more owners to consider highly customized hypercars in the future. Other builders may also become inspired to develop their own projects, creating an entirely new market for bespoke modifications at the highest level of automotive design. Of course, success will depend on execution. Expectations are incredibly high because these are not ordinary sports cars. Every detail will be examined closely by experts, collectors, YouTubers, and automotive journalists from around the world. The quality of the carbon fiber work, the precision of every body panel, the paint finish, the wheel design, the aerodynamics, and the overall craftsmanship will all receive intense attention. There is very little room for mistakes when working on cars worth several $1 million. That pressure makes these projects even more fascinating to watch. They are not simply building two custom Bugattis. They are attempting to prove that independent design companies can stand alongside some of the greatest names in automotive history. Whether people support or criticize the idea of modifying a Chiron, almost everyone agrees on one thing. The outcome of these two extraordinary projects could influence how future generations think about ownership, creativity, and personal expression in the world of ultra-exclusive hypercars. Another important reason why this story has captured so much attention is the role that social media and YouTube have played in changing the automotive world. Years ago, most people only learn about rare hypercars through magazines, television shows, or official manufacturer announcements. Information traveled slowly, and only a small group of enthusiasts had access to behind-the-scenes details about these exclusive vehicles. Today, everything is different. A single photo, a short video, or even a simple social media post can reach millions of people within hours. This new reality has completely changed how luxury cars are introduced, discussed, and even built. The story of Burna Boy's Bugatti and Matt Armstrong's rebuilt Chiron is a perfect example of this transformation. Instead of being revealed through expensive advertising campaigns, these projects have grown through constant online discussion. Every small update creates thousands of comments, reaction videos, and debates across different platforms. Fans carefully study every image, trying to spot new design details or predict what the finished cars will look like. Some compare digital renderings with official teaser photos, while others discuss possible paint colors, wheel designs, and aerodynamic features. This continuous conversation keeps excitement alive long before the cars are officially completed. At the center of much of this attention is Matt Armstrong, whose YouTube channel has shown millions of viewers that rebuilding damaged supercars can be both educational and entertaining. His videos do more than document repairs. They allow viewers to experience every challenge, every mistake, and every success as if they were part of the workshop themselves. That level of